How's it going, guys? I'm your host Korriban Gaming. Welcome back to the next episode of the Let's Play DragonFable series, and today we are on the third chapter of the book 3 saga, and we are almost at the end already. So after this one, then we will have the whole convergence things, which is almost very close to where we are. Like, we are almost fully caught up with the main storyline. That's just crazy. Like, in the span of 2 years, over 100 plus episodes, and you know, sometimes going off on side quests and all that. Yeah, and each episode lasting on average about half an hour, you can basically catch up to the entire story within a matter of like what, I would say 50 hours, less than 50 hours. That's just insane, and this is like stretched over close to 20 years already, guys. So let's go ahead and do Speaker and Slayer. Yeah, we have come so far. Book 1, Book 2, I mean, Book 2 was literally like 5 episodes or something like that, but yeah. Now we are on Book 3, and I can't wait to try out some of the quests for the conversion chapter as a lower level character, because I know not many people would have gotten up to that point, and some of the fights, even as a max level character, I found it, I wouldn't say difficult, but tedious, and I can see lower level players struggling with it. So if you guys want to find out if it will be doable as a lower level character, then you definitely want to stay tuned to this series. Now, what is the meaning of this meta? You strong arm your way into my fortress at the head of an army of elves and rogues, and for what? When you put on such a show of leaving us under the impression that it was to be a more permanent arrangement. Oh, believe me, this is the last place on law I want to be at the moment. I'm not sure if the stream of refugees from Dragonsfart go through the helmet of yours to what little brain there is, but the proclamation rift threatens all of law, including Dragon's Grasp. The Wind, the Rose, even the Magisterium are working together to stop the impending catastrophe of the proclamation rifts. Law needs the Dragon Lords, and yet the Dragon Lords do not need the rest of law. So long as we reside in the protective embrace of the Great One, we have nothing to fear. We've only brought a token force as to not impose terribly much on your hospitality. Both the Rose and the Vein are spread thin as Swordhaven and Doomwood recover. However, if we are to reclaim Dragonsfart as well as reach and contain the Proclamation Rift, we'll need more help. That sounds like a logistical problem from Bingard, not a matter for Dragon's Grasp. Unfortunately, Dragon's Grasp cannot offer our backing of your goals. To do so will leave Dragon's Grasp and the Great One undefended. However, you are our guesses, companions to the Honourable Draco and Let's Play DF. You are welcome to stage your attempts on the reclamation of Dragonsfart and the securing of the rift from here. Indeed, Dragon's Grasp is open to you. Whether or not the Dragon Lords will help ultimately falls upon the individual Dragon Lord, but realistically, most follow Captain Lestred's command and he follows the decree of the Great One. I'm sorry if I may interrupt, who or what exactly is the Great One? The mountain, nothing more. So it isn't a massive dragon that resides below then? Odd. How did? That is confidential information of the highest. I see the world through magic. It was obvious to me the moment we arrived. An ancient, powerful and gargantuan being curled beneath the mountain. That's the true nature of your Great One, is it not? It is. May I ask that you keep this sensitive information amongst ourselves? The existence of a grown and active Great Dragon could cause panic and rash actions from those who remember Aquilov's Scourge. Inspector, you cannot simply reveal all of our secrets to these guesses. It is clear that our guesses are people of great talent and ability. Trying to lie our way out of the truth would be a waste of all of our time. I appreciate your forthrightness, Inspector Doyle. I shall try to keep that promise. However, I must inform Lady Jenna of this information. I shall pass on your counsel and warning as well. I understand. Perhaps meeting the Great One in person will help alleviate any potential concerns. I think that will be for the best, since we don't seem to be getting anywhere here. I would very much like to meet this Great One. Indeed, I will assess for myself what threat it may pose. A dragon. You have already met Draco, Ostromir. Yes, but Draco is small. The Great One sounds rather great. Haughty roar. You mean me no offense, Draco, nor do we take out your own efforts for granted. Dismissive grumble. Wonderful. Be warned, for the Great One is not easily reached, nor does it allow just anyone to reach it. If you were to speak out, the current speaker, that is quite enough, Doyle. It isn't your place to say who may or may not seek an audience with the Great One, Captain Lestred. Lest you forget, our current speaker isn't even a Dragon Lord. How could I? Why not let our guesses petition the Great One for aid then? Or is your faith in the Great One shaken so easily? You have made your point. Very well, if you wish to seek out the speaker that is the human liaison to the Great One, I believe you'll find him on patrol on the crater's rim. He's a dragon slayer by the name of Galanov. Galanov, I know him. Then that saves us the trouble of trying to describe a man who never removes his helm. This is acceptable then, no law objections, Meta. And when we convince the Great One to help our cause, then we will follow as the Great One commands. Are you dragonlords or sheep? Meta, please, some civility goes a long way. Whatever. We can provide dragons to carry you to the upper rim when you are ready. More dragons. Everything okay, Ostromir? One too many old and pious stories. Ostromir is definitely afraid of dragons, but he will manage. Is that not correct, Ostromir? Yes, yes, I will manage. Yes. Then let's do this. So heading up the mountains, light, okay. Let's do Omni Light Blade. So we are level 46. 4 more levels to leveling up this blade, which is still pretty far away, I would say, especially if you're not power leveling. So yeah, we are bringing back a lot of old memories inside of this chapter, and personally, while I don't really like the whole, what do you call it, all the fighting of the mushrooms and the titan, the fungus titan inside of this chapter, spoilers, we'll be fighting a lot of giant mushrooms later. Yeah, I don't like the fights of those. I found that they are boring, but repetitive, and you know, overall just tanky monsters that are not fun to fight with. But what I did enjoy about this whole chapter very much is the whole story. Like the story, I think it is amazing the way that they've done up the story for this chapter. You bring back a lot of old characters and a lot of old places, you know, and that really evokes a lot of nostalgia for, you know, the older players like myself. So I think that's fantastic that they are bringing back Jager's Grabs, and then you have Jager's Vard, you have Galanov, yeah, meeting of old friends basically. And of course, the big twist of events is that Galanov, who is a dragon slayer, hell-bent on killing basically all dragons in the past, now actually is the speaker, or basically the translator for one of the greatest dragons of all time. Like, how things have changed, right? It's quite crazy. So now we're just fighting all these rocky creatures. Like, I don't understand, why do they bring us up to the upper rim? Why can't they just take us straight to Galanov the speaker? Is this supposed to test our resilience or something like that? Because every time the quest does this, it makes no sense. Like, oh, I can only take you as far as the door, I can only take you up as far as the base of the mountain, you have to go up on your own, that sort of nonsense. But like, it's a dragon, can't you fly up like another 10 meters or something like that? Surely you can do that. So yeah, you know, always with these sort of random questions. The upper rim, why don't you just fly us to the top? Is there a specific reason why? Can they not fly higher? Is the altitude too much for them? Is there some magic force field? Or are they like not allowed to fly all the way up there out of respect for the speaker, or out of fear? Probably not out of fear anymore, but I don't know, man. All these technicalities. Yeah. Okay, let's do multi. Oh, come on, 1 HP. You gotta be kidding me. Also, the monsters here, the Visaline Protectors and these Archaeonauts, they are some of the most iconic old monsters inside of DragonFable, so as well as the Basilisk. So it's really no coincidence what their aim is for this whole chapter, which is to invoke nostalgia among the older players, and I really love that. Like, all these classic DragonFable monsters, if you were a DragonFable player back in the day, you probably will recognize all these monsters. This guy, very popular in the starting quests, the Temple of Wind. Okay, and then we have the Basilisk from the Potion quest. Okay, Gargoyle is new. Visaline Protector from Warwick's quest. All those are like just very well known, and at least to me, at my age when I started playing DragonFable, all these are like super well-known monsters that you go and fight literally all the time. That's why I just love it. Like, yeah, the storytelling in this chapter, all the memories that it brings back, absolutely fantastic. I only gripe is the gargoyle though. I don't really, it's not that, what do you call it? The gargoyles aren't that, I don't know if they are new. I cannot remember if they have been in older quests before, but yeah, the gargoyles are the things that don't really ring a bell to me as like an old player. Like the rest, they are pretty much, you know, classic monsters. Next up, another Visiting Protector. Okay, biters, we'll use wind. Catalytic flow will kill this guy, so we unfortunately won't be able to gain the extra turn, but whatever. I wish they'll fix that. Like, if you kill an enemy, at least give us the extra turn. I think this might have some problems to do with certain imp challenges or something like that. That was why we couldn't have it, but yeah, I kind of wish we... Oh, wait, no, the extra turn is shifted to next turn. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can just avoid that guy. Gargoyle. Right. Yeah, this is... It's a little lengthy, but you're climbing to the top of the mountain after... Like, after this guy, hopefully it's the end. Otherwise, I really do feel that the quest is a little bit too lengthy. Should be just a short quest, right? Mostly we should be focusing on the story and whatnot. Is there a boss for this one? I don't know, I can't remember, but this is the very first quest, so there shouldn't be any. After all, we're just talking to Galanov, right? There we go. And where the heck were all these people while we were killing stuff on our way up? You know, eye power, hello? None of them helped us or was added to our party. Why? Galanov. Let's play DM. It's good to see you. And who are all your friends? This is Kara and Rita of the Vein, Grand Magus Hansa of the Rose, Ancestrava and Oshram, Magisters of the Golden Hand of the Shapeless Empire. A pleasure to meet you, although... So the rumors about you working in the Rose are true. I can't say I'm happy about it, but I trust you. Let's play DM. The Rose is only here to help contain the proclamation rift and nothing more. Is that what brings you all the way up here? I assume you've met the pleasant folks who live below. You're aware of what happened to Dragon's right? I am. I was away when it happened, but from what I heard, it was terrible. Are you here to help reclaim the city? We want to, but it'll probably be too much of a challenge even for us without the help of the Dragon Lords. And well, yes, I can imagine. They are a pretty tough lot to get moving to action. Well, if you're all looking for me, I can only assume you're looking for the Great One. Indeed we are. If you don't mind me asking, how does one go from being a slayer of dragons to, well, a speaker for a great dragon? It's complicated. I didn't want to ally with the Dragon Lords at first after my dealings with Dragon Master Frostscythe and Akrilov. I was more than happy to let the dragons be captured or killed by the Rose. I was even considering joining them at one point, but the Great One spoke to me. I don't know how to describe it. One moment I'm in bed in Dragon's Fart sharpening my blade. The next, a voice, two voices beckoning me, and I follow it. I follow it across the sea, across the shore, down into a hidden tunnel in the mountain. See, that's what I always don't understand. If some random voice pops in your head, why do you just have the inclination to just follow it? Like, did it not occur to you that it could be some sort of trap? Did you know it was a dragon? I had my suspicions and I had my blade and fury. I even tried to attack it when I first saw it. Obviously, I failed. But instead of seeking retribution or punishing me, the Great One only wanted to talk. And so we did. We spoke of hate, of pain, of agony and loss. For what seemed like weeks, we talked. It provided food and shelter, and I laid down my blade. We came to understand one another. I spoke on behalf of it as speaker to the Dragon Lords who sought its blessings. What does it mean to be speaker? Honorary title the Dragon Lords have or something. Traditional. The Great One isn't always direct in its communications. Due to my closeness to it, my interpretation is final. And so the Dragon Slayer order joined the Dragon Lords in defense of the dragons. This is the same Great One that Captain Lashred says is ordering the Dragon Lords to not interfere elsewhere. Yes, although if you're looking for reasonings or excuses, I have none. You have to speak to it yourself. Come with me then, and keep your weapons and magic ready. The path to the Great One is by no means safe. Great One awaits. Tarnished Crystal. We'll pass this, but same with the other chapters, you can, you know, merge for something at the end of it. And that's going to do it for today's episode. A little shorter, but I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode nonetheless. If you have, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and of course, subscribe to this channel if you guys would like to see more of such future content. Till the next time, I'm your host, Corriban Gaming. Peace out.